Yeah, welcome to you guys. I mean, look at this. So we'll talk about the men first. What was that? How hard was that for you guys? Like, it seemed like on TV it looked good. It looked like you guys were kind of competing. It probably wasn't all out, or I don't. You tell me.
Abdi, what do you think?
Abdi, you got dropped, so you speak first.
I
at
got
the very
dropped
end.
on one. It's funny. Well done. You got dropped a long time ago for me, so it's okay. Okay, I got dropped, because of it wasn't a race, and it was like the last mile was kind of rough. A lot of downhills, a lot of turns, so it just kind of. And the guys they make a big move, and it was like accepting if I want to go or not, but just. I don't know when and downhills.
Hey, it's fine.
But it was a fun race to be honest. Overall, it was a great race. It was relaxed. We were running good pace, control, we were talking. I was asking what mile are we because I couldn't see the mile mark most of the time, so I was just asking whoever was next to me at that time. So what mile mark are we now? Are we 8, 7 miles? So it was fun race overall. Just the effort was perfect. If it was a race, we probably could have run a little bit faster. But it was a fun race overall.
Yeah, what was your last competitive race? Like, what did you do? I don't even remember what you did recently.
My last competitive race had to be the 10 mile. And this one was a perfect, it was a good tempo run effort with the racing flats. We usually do a tempo, but we don't wear racing flats. Never. So this was the first time I put a racing flat since the 10 mile, so it was just perfect.
Yeah, 104 seems pretty good. I think we're 10 weeks out from the trials, or 11 weeks or something.
104 is, it's just a time, to be honest. Just a couple more long runs, gain more fitness, it would be perfect.
And 5 straight Olympic teams, right?
It's possible.
It's crazy.
Yep, it's possible. If I make it, it will be amazing, and I will be excited. But at the same time, there's nothing guaranteed.
Because you missed one in there, right? Didn't you?
I wasn't in London.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, it's amazing. How old are you these days?
How old am I these days?
Yeah.
Wow,
How young are you?
How young are you? Dina's. I think Dina's like 6 months older than me.
I don't know. I look like I change my age all the time. I'm 38. So
You can't use age as an excuse because
I'm not using ages.
Dina's my
It's
age
just
and
a
she
number.
runs about 5 minutes faster than I would at
Like,
5K. So
age is just a number. To me, I'm not even like. Age is just a number. I don't feel any older than I did when I make the Olympic
look
team in
good, though.
2012.
Yeah.
So I feel better. I feel good. I'm healthy. So I'm
yeah,
just
look
excited,
good.
yeah.
I was like, hey, it looks like the Abdi of old. Now, you guys are trying to make your first Olympic team. I mean, were you pleased with the day?
I was pleased because I wanted to not go like over 5 minutes. So I just tried to keep it going at 4:50. But I thought it was just fun.
So you've never run a marathon, so it's sort of who are you going to for advice and sort of are you worried about it?
Trying to go to this guy, he wouldn't even tell me anything.
So you're training with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're trying to like
I tried to steal information.
you're trying to tell him like 95%.
Oh, no,
Keep the
I
secrets
know,
for
to be
yourself?
honest, no, there's no secret in a marathon, to be honest. I told him, the marathon is you do your long runs, you gain your fitness. You either do well or you don't. There's no, it's 26.2 miles. And he never ran one before, so why should I try to scare of him? I say, just train for it, do your long runs, and you'll be okay.
Is that hard or when you're training together, but in the day you want to beat each other at the trials? Like, so is it? You got to have the right mindset to train together, or is it going well? Or
I think it's going great. It's just like one of those things. At least the way I feel like I learned something from Abdi. Like we gotta feed off if it's a long run, We don't push each other like that, but I don't want to do my long run by myself, and I'm sure Abdi would love to have a partner.
Yeah, to be honest, this is the first time I can ever say my training is going so well. Just like my long runs are the best because I get to run with him. My tempo runs 12. Before the Olympic trials in 2012, I trained hard, but at the same I trained by myself. But my tempo run was harder. Now I can do 12, 13 miles tempo run. Almost what we did today. Just me and him, and just help, and and for me, I get benefit for him doing so well, and he's like where he is right now is where I was 10 years ago, and for me, just as age-wise.
Oh.
As age-wise, even in run-wise, just I ran 60 when I was 28, 30. It's just like, just for me to train someone who's faster than me, like shorter distance right now, I just benefit from him, just trying to keep up with him. 'Cause if I was doing by myself, it's harder to do like a mile repeat and stuff like that. So, just get that benefit from training someone who's better than you. Just motivate you.
Yeah.
Just,
Because you were also always the long distance guy in your group, and now you got someone else to sort of.
Exactly, there's someone that can beat up with me for me, just trying to stay with him all the time, just raising my fitness level that much.
And Luke, you're like the guy who's back this year. In Chicago was great, and
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been crazy the last couple weeks with, the media and stuff like that. I think a lot more private of a person, but it's been good. So.
and were you pretty close to quitting?
I
was
was
that
done. After New York, I was done. So, we moved back to Eugene for my wife's job, not for my running. And, my wife took on the burden, was working 40 hours a week and trying to make things. And I was, at a point where, as a man, I was thinking, okay, well, my wife's pregnant, working 40 hours a week as a tennis coach. I felt selfish even thinking about running at that point. So, getting back into it.
Were you looking for a job, or were you working? What were you doing?
Yeah, no, I was looking for a job, just my wife really wasn't giving me the out. I was saying, okay, well, I'll be a used car salesman or new car salesman or contractor, just different stages in life where we buy a truck. I'm like, I can sell, I think I can do that. If we buy a house, I think I can be a realtor.
Right.
That sort of thing, and I think you guys probably have the same thing where we were, student athletes, didn't really have, the working experience coming up. I really didn't know, I felt like I was, just coming out of college trying to figure out what I was going to do.
And then how did you start training again, or what?
So my wife was always like, yeah, if you want to do it, then do it. And Andy Powell at University of Oregon was actually the guy that was like, hey, because I was spending a lot of time by myself at home, I don't think that was very healthy, and, a little bit depressed and stuff like that. And so just trying to find, out what I wanted to do. And Andy Powell was able to help me out and say, hey, you don't need to run, just come down and just, be around other people. And, you had people like Edward Cheserek that was like, dude, you're not done running, and just stuff like that. And just come out and started running with the guys, and 8-minute pace was hard. And I was worrying, okay, maybe my legs don't work the same, maybe I'm not firing the same, that sort of thing. And I guess just gradually put myself in workouts running 320 Ks, getting dropped by everybody, even the 800-meter guys and stuff. So it's been a long process, but we're here now, I guess.
Well, it's impressive. Because there's a huge difference between just running and competing and then sort of getting back to the top.
And that was the thing, is that, when I was in running before, I wanted to, coming out of college and stuff, I wanted to be in the running community the rest of my life. I wanted to try to coach after, or, be in the sports marketing or something like that. And, at that point, my wife asked me when I was, trying to figure out what I want to do, well, would you want to coach? And I was like, honestly, I really don't want to be around running. It's just something that I just kind of lost the taste for it, I guess.
And so are you back with Nike now?
Yeah. So I signed with Nike after Chicago. So.
That's good. So no hard feelings, or?
Oh no, I've been treated really well by Nike. I think I would have done the same thing with contract renewal if someone called me and said, hey, I don't think I want to run anymore, and so there's no hard feelings then, and, I was treated really well through the whole process and everything else. So
you used to train with Galen. Do you think there's any chance he does the marathon?
I don't know. I think their camp's pretty close when it comes to that, and even asking Centro here, I'm sure if you asked him that same question, he wouldn't know.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him, so that's what I'm asking you.
No, I think he'll be great at the marathon when he jumps up to it. Training with him is tough every day. Training runs, he runs fast. Hard days, he runs fast. Long runs, he runs fast. So he'll be solid when he moves up. I guess it's just a question of when he moves up. So.
Kind of looking ahead to the trials, I guess you've done the most of these and had success at every single one of them. Do you worry about other people? Or are you just going to focus on your own preparations? Or?
I don't worry about my opponents. I'm controlling my destiny. So just for me, all the least, the worst thing that I can do is to worry other people what they doing, what they like. Just for me, like I'm gonna do what I can control. How can I get ready to trials? But also, how can I get their health in one piece?
Will you guys do any races before the trials?
I don't know. I might do one races, but I haven't decided where or when. But I might do something. I don't know. Just to give you that, like instead of just training for 8 weeks, it would just give you like just break down for like 4 weeks. So just do something just to distract you, like.
Yeah, break it up.
Yeah, just break it up instead of just like focus on trials on how you're gonna feel. This is a marathon. That's me. That's how I just operate. So I can't be a local 10K, half marathon, or something.
What about you?
Yeah, I'll do Houston and that. So I've enjoyed it the years going there since
What year was the college run? Was that
2012. So it was the day before or the day after these guys raced.
That's right,
After
yeah.
the trials, and so I don't know. I think I have a fun time every time there, and so we'll see. What type of training I am going into that. Whether it's going to try to run a fast time or try to run more of a time trial type race.
Yeah, do you have anyone to do your longer stuff with, or?
So I'll match up with some of the stuff with Parker Stinson when he's in town, and oddly enough, he kind of handles me within the the long runs and stuff like that, and so I think he's solid. Especially during the summer, he was handling me in the 20-mile runs and stuff like that, and so he'll jump in some of the stuff and when it makes sense. But other than that, I do most of the stuff on my own. So that's why it's good coming out here to the races and being able to have a good time and kind of break up the training, and then also have other people to run with doing tempos and stuff like that. So.
Any races for you?
I'm not.
Maybe.
Maybe Phoenix. I was thinking about Phoenix Abdirahman. Maybe Houston. Coach Lee hasn't really been specific. We'll just go by feel. We think we should do another one. We'll do it.
And also, like, just talk a little bit about doing the relay today. Was that, like you said, it's kind of fun, or? Oh, you were kind of brought on. Were you doing it all along? Or were you brought on later for Ritz?
They just told me last week for Ritz, so I came here a replacement. But I'm always like, just like back in college, because when I went pro, I lost it a little bit. Now I'm back there. I just love running. So, like today, I knew that I brought my flats, I brought my racing singlet. Some people were saying, are you going to wear like your trainers? And I'm like, no. I'm going to just, I don't know, I think it's fun. And how it played out, I thought it was fun.
What do you mean you lost a bit when you went pro? Just kind of like him, it was harder, it wasn't, you don't have the structure? Or?
It was the structure, it was pressure, and injuries. I think the injuries came after the pressure, and like running was fun, and then they made it sound like a job. Like when I was in Eugene, it was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I met Coogan, it was great, and then he left. And then I moved to Tucson, and then I met these guys, they're great. Coach Lee, they brought me back, so now I just feel like I'm at that point where that's why you see me like going out and giving 100%. It's just like I feel like, why hold back? This is what I love to do. So
Yeah, when it's fun, it's great, right?
yeah.
All right.